the future is bigger than just AI. Of course, AI is as a big player in it. World Economic Forum coins that as the fourth industrial revolution. It's going to create anything between $7 to $15 trillion worth of extra wealth in the next 9 years, so not very far away. But we have to be cognizant that this is a technology stack that's actually in the middle of many other things like blockchain, cryptocurrencies, giving us all kinds of alternatives there for contracts and alternatives to fiat currency. You have IoT, Internet of Things, which is a term that's kind of quietened down, but that's huge in terms of smart homes, smart businesses, smart manufacturing, smart transportation. And of course, you've got other things such as quantum computing as well. If you combine the wealth that these four major technology stacks and opportunities will provide, we're going into multiples of tens of trillions of dollars. And if you look at the transformational impact that these four movements are going to be creating, I'm very confident that 15 years from now, if I went into a coma and I woke up, I wouldn't recognize the world that we live in today. 15 years is not very long, in terms of time horizon. So a lot of these four technologies are going to converge. They're going to come together. This is where a lot of the terms of Industry 4.0 comes from, the convergence of these four powerful technologies. We already see examples of, and I think it's relevant to bring it up because we see examples of companies who are using AI, who are using blockchain, and who are looking at using the power of quantum computing. If you combine and realize that these companies are going to get better at this, they're going to mature at this, they are going to be able to completely transform their companies. So I think it's a good topic to bring up today because, if a company is going to become a totally different company over the next, 4 to 5 years because of these four technology stacks, then it's worth mentioning so that people listen up. And for those who aren't even looking at automation, they should really be looking at, okay, well, there's other things happening as well apart from AI. And if companies can crack the code of combining all of those four together, we're talking about a major competitive landscape shift in comparison that we have today. So I think it's worth talking about. I think it's worth bringing up. I can't even fathom myself the impact this is going to have on the world where we live. But I just sometimes we talk about AI in isolation, and I'm guilty of that because that's the area that I work in. But I've been learning a lot more about how all of these different technology stacks are coming together, and it's definitely something worth mentioning. And there are many examples of this already in manufacturing, where these three or two out of the four are being used very effectively. In oil and gas, energy, oil and gas companies, the way they're exploring for oil, the way they're extracting it, they're using two or three of those four technology stacks. And of course, there are some companies that provide us with the backbone to those four technologies or services as vendors, two or three out of four of those technology stacks as well. So we're getting closer every year to being able to use all four of those technology stacks. And when that happens and when it clicks, then pretty much the impossible is going to be possible very, very quickly.